I was born on November 20th, 1990. My parents lived in a small town called Yi in South Sudan. It was a small village with only 9 families. When my parents got married, my father, Bilal, secretly borrowed a suit, a tie, and a watch to wear when he married my mother. A couple weeks after the wedding, my father gave everything he borrowed back to his friend and started his life with the little amount of money he had earned as a teacher. My mother, Rakia, got pregnant over the years and had 5 children: Akira, Atif, Abdul Karim, Amina, and Alia. My sister Alia was the youngest in the family. She was only 6 months when my mother met with an accident when we were on our way to town. As a result, Alia had gotten a scratch on her forehead, but my mom ended up getting her leg amputated as it was severed in the car crash. She was hospitalized for 2 years. We were all young, and myself being the oldest at 9 years of age, I dropped out of school and took care of my siblings. I became the caretaker to my family. When I was 11 years old, I returned to school and was in both Amina and Atif's class. We had one teacher who taught every subject from grade 1 to 6. After my mom got discharged from the hospital, she was given crutches to use for a lifetime. We decided to move to the capital city of South Sudan, called Juba. It was roughly a 2.5-hour car ride. My mom was awarded a hefty settlement from the insurance company, which my father ended up using for his shoe business. In 2013, there was a coup, which began ethnic tensions between the President Salva Kiir, who is a part of the Danka ethnic group, and Riek Machar, who is the vice president and a part of the Nuer ethnic group. Both Danka and Nuer are the 2 major ethnic groups in South Sudan. War had broken out and my life was turned upside down. The army from both sides ended up taking over. We heard stories about men and women being sexually assaulted, homes being destroyed, burnt on fire, and recruiting children to become soldiers. We knew it wasn't safe for us to stay, so we decided to leave. We went to the passport office to get a visa in order for us to cross the border into the northern part of Uganda. As other families have heard, it was the best way to get out. We grabbed minimum items as we were unaware of how long the walk would be to the border, as our car was damaged. As we were walking on our path, we noticed dead bodies everywhere. Some children were displaced as their parents were found dead. It was horrific, terrible, and devastating for anyone to see or go through. We finally arrived to the border of South Sudan and Uganda. We approached the officer by the name of Muhammad. I spoke on behalf of my family in full confidence. He then said, "Welcome to Uganda. You can now proceed." We finally reached Palabek, in which later I found out it was a refugee settlement camp. It was very packed with so many people like us who had fled the scene. We stayed in the camp. There was not enough medical supplies or food. It was very scarce. At night, I would hear women screaming as the military men would sexually assault them and then throw the women in a locked room away from their family. A few weeks passed by and the camp became overflooded, more with refugees who had fled. My family and I decided to take the opportunity and to flee again and to hope and pray to be in a better location than we were in currently. We managed to find a map and figure out where to go. We found it! Haha! It was a town called Gulu. So the next day, in the evening, we left and managed to escape. As we were searching for a place to stay, we bumped into this 49-year-old lady by the name of Afreen. She asked us if we would like some water. We were all hesitant at first, but stayed close together and followed Afreen to her place. She gave us water and some food and asked us if we found somewhere to stay. When I explained what happened and what we went through, she offered her home to us. She helped my family, and we are so very grateful for the hospitality and the friendship of bonding that was created. As of today, we have our own house that is close by to Afreen's. Alia is in public school, close to home. Rakia and Bilal are enjoying their walks. Atif is a school bus driver. Abdul Karim is a car salesman. Amina is currently enrolled in school. For myself, I'm currently working as a secretary for a government-based company. We are enjoying life here. Some nights we get nightmares or live in fear when things are unfamiliar to us. By seeing a therapist once a week, it has been helping all of us as we're taking it one step at a time. I am Akira, and this was my story.